Davido and King Promise, they are really working on something new right now. So they said they are going to be dropping a song called Bad Hits. This is going to be dropping in tonight. That is something we actually got from this, and a lot of people are now responding to that. So this is not the main issue right here. So I want you to understand that there will be a better collaboration between Ghana and Nigerian artists if the fans, if Ghanaians, if Nigerians are not always at loggerheads with each other, and if there is no sense of jealousy coming in from a lot of artists out there in Ghana. That is something I got to understand. So I got to actually make, I want to really talk about this, and then with, zero edit. That is something I wanted to. So I have to leave it like that and post like that so that you will get to understand about it. So a lot of people in Ghana, they see Nigeria as, the rival in the music industry. But I feel that Nigerian music industry is far bigger than the Ghana music industry. It's far developed, structured than the Ghana music industry. That is something I feel. When you look at the record executives, the record labels, the producers like Don Jazzy and a lot of others, DJs and the rest, you will get to understand that the Nigerian music industry is more active than the Ghana music industry, and is the largest music industry in Africa so far, followed by South Africa. But South African music industry is well structured and a bit advanced than Nigerian music industry, and their population has a bigger buying power than the Nigerian population. That is something you got to understand, and that has also given them an edge. A population of South Africa with over 60 million, and then you're talking about the Nigerian population, which a lot of people are projecting to be over 300 million. Then you got in Ghana, where you'll be talking about 30 million plus, and the rest. So this also impact in the music industry. Apart from the infrastructure being laid by some stakeholders in the music industry. So that is something you got to understand, because the population, music is meant for the population, for the people to consume. So the number of people consuming your music is really counting. So you should understand that Nigerian music industry is not localized, but the Ghana music industry is localized. That is something you got to understand. What I mean about this is, when you check the Ghanaian artists out there, without featuring a Nigerian or a foreign artist, that artist, the song will mainly be consumed by Ghanaians. So until you put a propelling power, like you find a way to promote through Nigeria, through other African countries and global platforms, that is when you get a lot of people to listen to you. That is something I got to understand. And the major opportunity they've actually utilized is Nigeria. From the second sermon remix, Black Sheriff featuring Burna Boy, you understand what it did to Black Sheriff's career to an extent. King Promise, also had the advantage. Like that, we have Jackie Omale, and a lot of people can really tell you about this. So the Ghana music industry, they need to focus on delocalizing their music industry, because when they say they want to play Ghana policy, only Ghana music and all those kind of things, that will really affect the artists out there, because they will not be heard. They will not want to compete with global trend. That is also something you need to really understand about that. A lot of people are feeling that, okay, now they promote Ghana music industry. I tell you, I've been at a place where they play Black Sheriff back to back, they play Jackie back to back, and those days they play VIP back to back, and a lot of others. So what really happened? That is something you got to ask yourself. So the localization of the Ghana music industry, and also understand that the Nigerian music industry, to an extent, has a foot loose. When they talk about foot loose, that is, I don't need to work in a studio, to work in an arena in Nigeria before putting Nigerian music on the map. You could be in UK without touching down to Nigeria. As a Nigerian artist, as an Afrobeat artist, you are out there, checking, look at a lot of people. A lot of people have achieved it, Rotimi and the rest. A lot of people, they've actually achieved this. So that is to show you that the Nigerian music industry is footloose. It does not keep his foot in Nigeria alone. Unlike the South African music industry and the Ghana music industry, and although like the Tanzania music industry, the Uganda music industry, that is something they need to actually copy from the Nigerian music industry. I think that the likes of Tyler, they are breaking the genes, and a lot of people in Congo, they've actually acted. That is why Fali Pupa is one of my favorites, because he is really breaking away from that cycle. So what are your own takes about this? What is your own story about this? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section so that we can really get to understand it. So when you talk about the Nigerian music industry, you should talk about the passion of the stakeholders. A lot of people, they sold their properties to invest in the Nigerian music industry. We got Kenny's Ogungbe, we got a lot of people out there. We got Soso, we got many people, Polo, and a lot of others. They invested because they got passion for this Naija music. And now the Naija music is everywhere. They are really reaping hard from it. And you guys can actually leverage on that. We have a lot of your artists leveraging on that. Like King Promise, I think that guy is leveraging. Black Sheriff did a lot of leveraging. And then we got a lot of people in South Africa. We got DJ Maforisa and a lot of others. I think Nancy C was in Abuja, at City Park in Abuja. My friend went there. So that is really a synergy. I think we got to leverage on this, because Nigeria remains the most populous black nation in the world. Outside the situation we are facing in this country right now, so we are still like ahead of you guys, in terms of population and the market for music industry. So guys, what are your own takes about this kind of story? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section so that we can really get to understand you better, because a lot of people are now responding to it. Recently, I think a lot of people are coming out from Cameroon. We got Libyanka, but Libyanka was unable to sustain her career like that, when she had a break with people. But I expected her to do something again and again and repeat it. And Davido had a collaboration with a particular Cameroon artist. I think that is also a big one for the Cameroon music industry. But how is the market for music in Cameroon? That is the question we need to ask ourselves about all of this. Guys, before I jump off, I want to say thank you guys for always coming out, watching my videos, and thank you for the love so far. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon, to always get notifications each time we upload our videos. I love you guys. Keep supporting Afrobeat blog across social media platforms.